exciting new theme tune. Well, welcome along to this new YouTube channel, Independent Vlogger. In today's video we'll be exploring the 37 route between Penicuik Deanburn and Silverknowes. Some of the nice walks that can be done, places to eat, and little bits of history along the route. So feel free to comment as we go along in the videos. Remember to be nice. No abuse will be tolerated. And just enjoy what you see. You might learn something new. It could be that you already knew a lot of it, but you might still enjoy what you see. Consider Patreon if you can. Help cover the costs. And without further ado, let's head up to Deanburn for the start of the video. Here we are at the Deanburn terminus, where the 37 starts and finishes its journey all the way to Silverknowes in Edinburgh. Now this part of Penicuik is named after royalty. This is Queensway, where this is a fast road up and down to that part of Penicuik. Then we get Charles Street through there, and Ann Street, and there's even an Andrew Court. Now, the next part that we'll be going to is the reason why Deanburn has the name Deanburn. All will be explained when we get there. Most of the bus stops that Lothian Buses serves has information about the fares and times. £2 any distance. The cheapest way to do it though is tap your bank card against the card reader. Now just a few minutes walk away from the Deanburn terminus along Lothian Road, and we are now at the Dean Burn. A burn is a tributary to a river. The Dean Burn is a tributary to the River Esk, which we'll explore in another video. This is a nice walk down to the Kuchen Woods. So let's have a walk further into the woods to listen to some bird song. We're a few minutes further into the woods now, a bit further along the Deanburn. Let's now listen to a few seconds of bird song. If you keep going down this footpath, you'll eventually arrive at Tesco on Edinburgh Road. But first, we'll visit that a bit later on. But first, we'll visit the location of the Battle of Lothian Green. Just a few minutes further on, and we're at the location of the Battle of Lothian Green, which happened in the year 1666. So that was long before any of us were around. There's some sheep having a conversation. Also up there a bit as a way through to the Pentland Hills. So if that's the kind of thing you enjoy doing, you can have a walk up the hills. I'll now head to another tributary to the River Esk, the Burn. And here we are at Penicuik Public Park, where there's plenty of activities for youngsters, such as football, rugby, basketball court, and a skate park. Now here is the Burn coming from the Pentland Hills and heading out to the River Esk, which joins the River Forth, which joins the North Sea. So It's quite a long journey ahead of it. I'll go a bit further up here and see if the dipper is about. Now it's at this section of the burn that you see the dipper, but I think he's gone camera shy today. Interesting up there. That's where the rats go. And here we are down at the bottom of the Deanburn. When it rains heavy, it floods, and you can see some of the sand there as to where it flooded a few months ago. But that's the bottom of the Deanburn. Their Tesco's is just there, and it continues on to join the River Esk, which joins the River Forth, which then joins the North Sea. Here's the old well in Penicuik. People used to queue up there 3 days a week to get the water. There's hooks along West Street to tie up the horses. Up this Vennel there used to be a slaughterhouse, and the blood from the slaughterhouse used to come down that hill and mix with the water in the well. That gave it an interesting taste. So people used to queue up right along here. There's pictures from the olden days. We're in Roslin, and there's a 37 just passing through. Down this way is the Roslin Chapel and Roslin Castle. The castle is down to the right. It's a nice walk through there, so that's where we'll explore. Then we'll have a look down this way, which is a nice walk. It used to be a railway line that went from Penicuik and Morriswood Pit through Roslin and Lone Head. So we'll have a look at that later on. So let's have a look down here first. Now we're at the Roslin Chapel now. The castle is down that way up to the left, but it's currently closed for construction, as the date of filming is April 2023. Right in queue there's a leaf blower. Right, so the castle's up to the left, but so we can't go there just now. So we'll head up to Roslin Chapel and see what there is up there. There's still some nice countryside through that way, so it's definitely a walk to do. So we get a great view across the Roslin Glen, and as we pan round a bit more we see the back of the chapel. There's some nice walks round about here that lead on to other places, so you should come down and explore it. The Roslin Glen. Up at the crossroads again now. The chapel and the castle are down there. Now along here is the walkway from Morriswood and Penicuik, and it goes up to Lone Head and onwards towards Edinburgh. Now Dolly the sheep, who was a famous sheep, used to live in a field up here, and we'll go and visit there in just a few moments. So now we're now at the field where Dolly the sheep used to live. It doesn't seem to be used as a field anymore. It seems a bit muddy to me now. For those who don't know who Dolly the sheep was, she was a sheep that was cloned. So, controversial by some. We've now reached the old mining town of Lone Head, and here we have a horse and a rider carrying a young child. Anyone know what that's about? Put it in the comments below. Now, also we have here the footpath that we saw in Roslin earlier. It starts at Morriswood and Penicuik and continues on to somewhere. I don't know where it continues on to. So if you want me to have a walk along this footpath, in another video to see where it does lead to, but yes, walk it in the comments below. If you don't want me to walk it, then put no, don't walk it. So if I get more yeses, then I'll take you along and see what's along there and we can find out together. Yeah, a very nice place to eat here in Lonehead is Stotty's. Very good, you get very good meals in there. Chicken salad rolls with chips and a tea, things like that. I had a chicken salad roll with chips and a tea, and that cost £5.50. Reasonably priced, I say. Good. So there's all good shops right along here. So now we'll head to the nature reserve. So here we are at Straighton Nature Reserve. You can go up that footpath, which I'll do in a moment. To get your bearings of where we are, there's the retail park and McDonald's, which is handy if you need the toilet or something to eat. Now let's have a look up here at what we can find. There might be some ducks and swans, who knows what there is up here, so we'll have a look and see what we can find. If you're enjoying the video so far, remember to give a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. Now we're down at Straighton Pond, and look what I've come across. The swan. It's got its back to us, how rude. Turn to face us, come on. Anyway, now this is the Straighton Pond. You've now been joined by a duck. And a swan, still with its back to us. And we have here a couple more ducks. And we have one huge big tree. You don't want to argue with that big thing. Wow. Nice and peaceful. Just remember, all of this is just a few minutes walk from the 37 bus route. Now, we're now at the Cameron Toll area of Edinburgh, and here we start to see the budget hotels. That's the travel lodge just outside of the city centre. Now, if you're going to the Royal Infirmary from Penicuik, here's a good place to change. Lady Road there, the bus stop. 24, 38 and the 49 bus stop just at that stop over there. So if you break your leg, you can hop down to that bus stop and catch a bus to the Royal Infirmary. So let's now head to the Surgeons Hall Museum in the city centre. We're now at Surgeons Hall, and at the Surgeons Hall Museum, which is a museum dedicated to the instruments that surgeons used when performing operations on people. Now, this was the days before anaesthetic and before the days of keeping things clean. So an instrument used to chop your arm off could have just been used to dissect a dead body. So, not for the faint-hearted. It's £9 to get in if you want to look around there. We'll have a look at the Wellington statue now at the east end of Princess Street. Here we have Wellington statue at the east end of Princess Street and North Bridge. This was unveiled in the 1800s, so long before we were around. We have the hotel across the road, which has easy access to Waverley Station. And here we are on Edinburgh's Dean Bridge, and the river that's down there is the Water of Leith. And there's a nice walk along that footpath. That's right there. Some of it's hidden by the trees, but just over there, it's a nice walk and it takes you all the way to Balern. So that's one to try sometime if you're interested in walking. Some very nice parts along that way. If walking is your thing, then give it a go. And we'll do the Waterleith walkway. I'll do that if that's what you're interested in. Put yes, Waterleith walkway if you want to see it in the comments below. We've now reached Silverknowes, the other end of the 37 bus route. It's a rather picturesque place for the 37 to stop. There's the 37 sitting there, making its debut feature. Now, there's a nice walk over that way. There was down Silverknowes Road. It takes you all the way down to the end of the field here, and you can walk all the way out. You see the island over there, that's Cramond Island, hiding behind that tree, and you can walk right along the River Forth, along by the River Forth there. Now, the piece of land you can see in the distance is Fife. It's in the county of Fife. Very nice county over there with nice harbour towns. And the walkway is good because you can watch the planes coming in to the airport, and it feels like they're almost landing on top of you. So that's Silverknowes. Now the bus that's sitting there, the 16 to Torfin, that's an interesting route that I'm going to do one day. It goes right along the coastline to Newhaven, then up Leith Walk, and out to the Pentland Hills. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and it's given you some ideas for places to visit. Now, the next video I'll be covering the 47 between Penicuik, Ladywood and Granton Harbour. There's some nice places along there to visit. So if you liked today's video, remember hit the subscribe button, the big thumbs up, consider Patreon if you're interested in that, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Put in the comments any suggestions, things you want to see, because the videos that I'll be doing from now on will just be similar to that. Yep, so until next time, that's Paul for now.